Rico Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for two for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What'd you call me?
A meal for two for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. A high this afternoon, mid to upper 90s, so the heat index anywhere from 105 to 110. Mainly clear mid-70s overnight. And then Wednesday, we will see a chance of a few showers or storms, a high in the mid to upper 90s, a heat index 105 to 110. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 32 days. Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you. Well, ask me if I'm all right. Well, can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Well, take it to
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
What they were one racer back.
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
All right, here we go. Halftime this beautiful Tuesday, feeling like a Friday. It's hot outside. Everybody drink water. The unit texted me last night. Well, how's it going, Christian? How's it going, Clay? How your guys' Tuesday going?
It's all good here. It's not quite as hot, and I'll take that. 3 or 4 degrees is worth celebrate.
Big cloud guy in the summer. Big
yeah.
Cloud guy. That's
I'd pay
right.
those clouds to come over.
Well, Christian, Dow Loggins named his first son Ryan after Ryan Sandberg. Christian Johnston, his middle name is Ryan after Ryan Sandberg. He was I don't know how you put it into words what he meant to the Cubs and to a lot of people in that time frame. It was a time frame when Michael Jordan was number 23 for the Bulls, and Ryan Sandberg was number 23 for the Cubs. And I thought if you're the best player on the team, then you wore number 23. And so a lot of people love some Ryan Sandberg and have some heavy hearts today. He meant a lot to a lot of people. Clay, what was his? You think about like a postseason moment. I don't know that he had a postseason moment. I think it was one of those deals where he was like a better human.
Yeah, his team was so bad, so he didn't. He's a little bit like the Angels slugger Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
He was a star among,
even like Don Mattingly for the Yankees.
Yeah,
didn't he get one postseason?
My dad used to say this: it's hard to soar like an eagle when you're working with turkeys. He soared like an eagle no matter who the Cubs put out there on the field with him. He was the shining star for that franchise. You could count on him. He was gonna sparkle in the field. He was gonna hit. He's gonna steal a bag if you needed it to, even though he wasn't what you'd call a blazer, but he's
a heady player.
He did it with guile, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He always knew how to read a pitcher. And if you wanted to study somebody on how to play the game the right way, that'd be where to start. And I think that Cub fans all know that. I think that everybody else is just kind of like, well, he was a Gold Glover, perennial All-Star. this was, I mean, you could pencil him in every day in the lineup. You knew what you were going to get. So I can understand how people would name their sons after him, and I bet you there's a ton of them in the Illinois area, Chicago, that there's some Ryans walking around.
Clay, first game I ever went to, I think I've told you guys this story before, but I was 8, 9 years old. I flew up to St. Louis to see my grandparents, and we went to watch the Cubs Cards at Busch Stadium. And I'll never forget it. Vince Coleman stole home, and the Cardinals won 1-0. And it was the craziest. I remember my grandpa saying that doesn't happen all the time. You might not see that again. But Mark Grace, Ozzie Smith, he did the flip in the 7th inning. Ryan Sandberg was out there. It was a pretty neat moment.
Well, you could count on those guys, the type players that you just mentioned, and the stars don't always shine, but I think those guys did. And baseball is a game of utility. The greatest players are out 70% of the time. But it just seemed like you could count on Ryan Sandberg to do something, that was noteworthy, spectacular sometimes, but just solid as can be. And I'm sure he had slumps. I just don't remember Ryan Sandberg ever being in a slump.
Yeah, I was trying to look at some of his stats. He had one season in 1990 where he had 40 homers. That was the only time. And for a second baseman, man, that's pretty. That's popping it out.
Yeah,
there.
and they didn't pitch to him. I mean, it's like his team was struggled around him, and you could slide around and not pitch to him because of the futility of the Cubs during the better part of his time. But dadgum, he was just consistent and solid.
Only had one season, Clay. Think about this. You don't see this anymore. Only had one season where he struck out more than 100 times. Nowadays, people strike out 100 times by the All-Star break. Go ahead, Unit.
Yeah, y'all were talking about Sandberg, and y'all were right. He was on some pretty bad Cubs teams, but he had, I'd say his best moment came against the Cardinals. He hit a home run in the 9th inning to tie the game, and then in the 10th inning, Cardinals were up 2, and he tied it again. Here's that call from Harry Carey, and also a little tribute to Ryan Sandberg.
Okay. We're going to the top of the step. Cardinals now leading 11 tonight. Here comes Sandberg. Stretch the pitch.
The reason I am here, they tell me, is that I played the game a certain way. That I played the game the way it was supposed to be played. I don't know about that, but I do know this. I had too much respect for the game to play it any other way. And if there is a single reason I am here today, it is because of one word: respect.
We are just learning that the great Cub, Ryan Sandberg, has passed away. A long battle with cancer for the last few years. Hall of Famer in 2005. Ryan Sandberg has lost his battle with cancer and passed away. Great sadness, and not just the Cubs organization, for baseball in general.
Man, yeah, that's I didn't know he was battling cancer for a little bit. National League MVP 1984, hit 314, 19 homers, 19 triples, and then you're right, Clay, he swiped 32 bases that year.
Yeah, he had it all. He had his when they talk about the great players, they talk about tools. I mean, he had all the tools, but from the neck up, that's where he beat you. and it just the consistency of his play. And I think that, whether it's respect for the game, respect for your teammates, respect for the fans, I think that all of that is part of it. And, there's guys that I know, and Matt, we've talked about this before, like the front of your jersey, it says Arkansas or Razorbacks or Hogs or whatever. And on the back of your jersey, like most of the teams are putting your name there. He didn't play for what was on the back of the jersey. He played for what was on the front
for
of the jersey.
His teammates. Yeah.
And the cool thing about the people of his time, he played for one team. And we don't get to say that very much about modern day baseball. It's like here today, gone tomorrow. And
I think he did take a handful of at-bats for the Phillies, but that was
he really? Okay,
his very first year. It might have been like 8 at-bats or something. So it wasn't like it was a lot. But yes, I didn't even know that until I just started doing a little research. And yeah, you don't see that. And you think of Larry Bird, even Michael Jordan, even Emmitt Smith, Brett Favre, you Tom Brady, even guys at certain times they still have that hunger and that desire, and it's a young man's game, and there's going to be a time where somebody says, hey, you're not good enough to play here anymore. But it's hard when all you know is competing at the highest level.
That's right, and and the cool thing is for him is that we did get to tell him how good he was. We did get to honor him, and that's the wonderful thing about when you're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You don't have to wait around. We got him in, and it was pretty cool. I remember watching part of his speech, and it's like, well, there's a guy that will be hard to duplicate what he means to one city, one. And I know Ernie Banks was kind of the same way, Mr. Cub, but those are guys that if you're going to say who are the greatest Cubs, you're going to start with those two probably.
Well, I'm at the NEFE Region 2 Prevention Conference, engaging the next generation state of substance use prevention at the Signature Tower in Harrison today. So they got it going on out here. Hey, Christian, won't you tell us, do we have Grant Hall coming up in the next segment? Is that our only guest? And do you have anything to tell the people what they want?
Yeah, we'll get Grant Hall on here shortly. But first, let me tell you about Joe's Grill and Cantina. Make sure you come and eat any day of the week and check out Joe's daily specials, such as Throwback Thursday with a rotation of Cuco's Classics and Joe's Chips and Salsa, made with Tex-Mex, house-made salsa and made daily with fresh veggies, even carrots. Try their sizzling fajitas, skillets, and crunchy tacos on Tuesday, plus Joe's great enchiladas. Homemade sauce is the best around with a full bar and TVs. Joe's Grill and Cantina. Great Tex-Mex with the best service, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps in Fort Smith. Joe's Grill and Cantina, Tex-Mex style. All right, yeah, we got Matt Jones here and Clay Henry with us for the full show. Matt is live from the Prevention 2 conference in Harrison at the Signature Tower. So if you get time, go by and see him. He's there from 11 to 2 today, and we will continue on here after this.
I think it's your girlfriend called.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
This guy is dominating offensively. Indeed, he's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what top football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
The difference between an average morning and a Hardee's morning is hearty goodness that lasts till lunchtime. Like Hardee's smoked sausage biscuit. Split Hillshire Farm smoked sausage on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. And our Frisco breakfast sandwich with cherrywood smoked bacon or ham on toasted sourdough. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Is your business's IT infrastructure secure? At Dixie Digital, we provide comprehensive managed IT services to ensure your systems are running smoothly and your data is protected. Combine that with Xerox, Brother, and Epson reliable printers and copiers, and you've got everything you need for success. Call us today at 783-6600 to learn more about our IT services and special offers. Dixie Digital Imaging, your trusted partner for IT and document management.
Taco Bell's new crispy chicken tacos and burritos are so delicious.
Wait, Taco Bell's a chicken place now?
Nope, they're a taco place.
So this crispy chicken taco's from another chicken place.
No, it's from Taco Bell.
But this chicken is all white meat with avocado ranch. Gotta be from a chicken place.
It's coated in crispy tortilla chips. That's Taco Place.
I don't know. It seems like Taco Bell's just a chicken place now.
Well, the crispy chicken also comes in burritos.
What is even real?
Try the new crispy chicken tacos and burritos from Taco Bell. Your taco place that's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
She's so cold. I'm so I'm on fire. She's so cold. I'm the burning bush. I'm the burning fire. I'm the hey, I'm so
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, here we go. Moving right along on this beautiful Tuesday here in Harrison. Phil Elson still on vacation. Should be back tomorrow. Sad news, as we got Christian Johnson running the board, Clay Henry, Hall of Famer, with us, and now we got another Hall of Famer, Grant Hall, joining us today. Grant, how's it going? Where are you going? Where are you catching a flight to?
Well, in about 20 minutes, we're going to head to New Bern, North Carolina, which is almost to the coast. My daughter lives in Morehead City. And they were just here a couple of weeks ago. Their daughter was in Jordan Weaver's gymnastics camp at Arkansas, and now we're sort of returning the favor and actually going to spend some quality beach time in the next few days too. So really looking forward to it.
It's the time to do it. That's for sure. You know, it got me thinking a little bit with this news with Ryan Sandberg, and that's never a good thing if you get me thinking a little bit. But you know how the NBA's done a 50 years, 50 greatest, and then they just did a 75 and introduced some others. If you were to say we were going to take the best 50 players, best 75 players in baseball the last 75 years, Ryan Sandberg has to be on that list, huh?
Yeah, I think he does. I mean, you look at his stats. I think he went into the Hall of Fame in 2007 or somewhere around in there, 5 maybe. And
05,
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 1983 or 84. Our niece Katie was 15 years old, living in Chicago, and I think that's the first time I'd ever been to Wrigley Field. But her hero was Ryan Sandberg. And we recently called her on her 57th birthday in Pittsburgh, and we're kind of reliving some of those days. She would keep score, and everything about it. I mean, one time Sandberg hit 2 home runs in a game. I think they beat the Cardinals 10-8 or something, and they won the game in extra. And he had home runs his last 2 times up. When he first went up to the Cubs, struggled a little bit to hit. He was a good second baseman, and then of course he started hitting, and the rest was happy history for him. It was really sad about the way he got that cancer, and they thought he had beaten it for a little bit, and then it came back with a vengeance. So, but 65 good years for Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah, I saw that he had 6 at bats with the Phillies, so I don't know if that qualifies in 1981. And then just, I love looking at some of these old timers. Tony Gwynn has he has like that Larry Fitzgerald stat where I don't think he didn't strike out as much as Aaron Judge has in 2 seasons. Ryan Sandberg had 2 seasons where he struck out over 100 times. And most of these guys these days, they strike out 100 times before the All-Star break. It's almost like a different game.
Some of the old guys, I heard you talking to Mike Irwin yesterday about his hero, Ted Williams, and of course mine was yours. I heard you talking about Stan Musial,
yeah.
And I was lucky enough to get to see him play several times and then meet him afterwards. But he struck out fewer than 50 times, I think, in some seasons, and yet still had 475 home runs. And Mike and I both saw him one time play golf at Bella Vista when he was 75 years old, and I remember he was playing in a 4-man scramble, and the first 3 guys missed the green for about 100 yards. And so Stan was hitting last, and he hit up there about 5 feet from the hole, and they made birdie. But he had the clutch gene even then, playing golf.
Hey, competitors, they like to compete, and one thing, class is permanent, and Stan definitely had some class. Well, let's talk a little bit about some Razorback football, and camp is going to be here before you know it. What's one thing you're interested in the first couple weeks of camp, and then give me one thing and one thing you want to learn during camp.
Oh gosh, well I think we know that Taylor Green is really primed for a great season. As a matter of fact, it's funny, Matt. Last week he came into Hugo's in Fayetteville for lunch with a couple of friends, and he was kind of under the radar for a little bit, but it's hard to hide 6'8" too long. And that's how tall I think he is. And so before you knew it, word of mouth got around, and he probably posed for photos for nearly everybody in that restaurant before he got out of there. And so I was telling Sam Pittman that the other night. We saw Sam at the Kansas concert at the Amp. Went there, and there were 2 other acts, but it was a great concert. And Sam stayed for most. He and his wife stayed for most of the concert, and I was telling him about that experience with Taylor, and he just beamed, But so I think that's going to be a big positive for this team. Looking to see, probably, it's interesting. I think when I get back Monday and Tuesday, I think we're going to listen to Fouch and to Perry, and I'm looking forward to hearing what they think about their position groups. I'm going to miss. Mike Irwin told me last night he's going to be there at 6:20 a.m. on Friday to see that first workout, and I think the media can go for part of that practice at least, and then we'll hear from Pittman and Souter, I guess, and at some point I believe they're going to have the coordinators maybe twice. Is that right, Clay? If you're there, but so I'm looking forward to hearing what they say about it all. I mean, I don't think that this Arkansas team is 14th. I mean, and there's a little bit of kind of skullduggery behind the scenes why Vanderbilt got 13th of Arkansas. I heard exactly kind of how that happened with the media. But in any case, it doesn't feel like a 14th place team, does it, Matt?
Well, I would say this. If we were ranking, I know Clay and I talked a little bit about this last week, but if we're ranking offensive coordinators in the SEC, and we don't have to get too detailed right now, but I think Bobby Petrino is the top 5 offensive coordinator in the SEC. And if we're ranking defensive coordinators, I think Travis Williams is a top 5. I think he's a head coach in the next 3 years, maybe 2. But he's the way he recruits, the way his players respond to him. He really won us that Tennessee game last year. He keeps us in a lot of games. I'm a Travis Williams fan. So you give me those 2 guys right there. I still think they're going to find a way to win 6-7 games and probably be around 9th. Yeah, I think we'll end up in the top 10 of the SEC, but closer to 9.
Grant, what
well,
you
you're
have
here, yeah, just going to say behind the scenes a little bit too. That Petrino really thinks that Green is going to blossom in this second year. That there were things he was limited. I mean, we saw it last year, Clay. He wasn't really healthy after the Tennessee game, and they might throw it down the field 2-3 times, but defenses figure that out pretty quickly. If your arm is compromised or your shoulder, so hopefully that's well this year, and he can stay healthy.
Yeah, you just said the magic word. Can he stay healthy?
Yeah,
and there, he is a run pass guy, and I said that in the right order: run or pass. He thinks run, because that's
nothing wrong with that.
That's part of his spectacular, unicorn outlier type deal. That's why Petrino wants him. But he's going to take his shots. And I think what you have to be asking if you're this Arkansas team, can KJ Jackson win you some games? Because I think he'll probably end up playing 2 or 3 games, maybe more. But it is about keeping your quarterback healthy, and I think that how they are in the offensive line will go a long way in determining that. I think that he's plenty good enough, but you can't rely on Superman to win games. You gotta do normal stuff. You got to move the ball, got to convert first downs, you got to run the ball. And I think that you have to be careful in what you ask for from this Arkansas team, because you have to look at that schedule. I don't know that there's been too many Arkansas teams handed this type schedule.
Yeah, and it's much tougher than most of the teams, even in the SEC, I'd
Correct.
say. I heard Lashley yesterday on a program talking about SMU and kind of acknowledging that their schedule wasn't what some other ones are. By the way, he did a good job of kind of deflecting or explaining what he said last week, about the Big Ten, ACC and SEC and so forth. And, of course, he's sticking up for his league. They've won 11 the last 2 years. But the SEC is still the SEC. You're right. Getting through it is, even as sturdy a character as KJ Jefferson was, and he weighed, 255, 260, I think at times. He still got hurt and had trouble getting through his season. So I know that Taylon's gained a little bit of weight. He's talking about Mike Irwin was concerned when he was talking about maybe, delivering the blow. And I don't think that we're going to see too much of that. Maybe he'll run out of bounds instead of trying to take on somebody at the junction,
Slide.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I think if he can stay upright, and you're right about KJ Jackson. That all reports are that they're really high on him. So, and you're going to need 2. You're right. At least.
You think there'll be a way that, and his decision making, I'm talking about blitz, I'm talking about getting him into the right play, I'm talking about on third down. But one thing I didn't see him do last year was push the ball down the field vertical. If it was a rollout or a broken play, he might throw it deep, but there was never any time where it was like, hey, we're going to push it vertical. Do you think we can stretch the field this year?
I think so, and I think we did sort of see that in practice and early in the season, and then when that shoulder got compromised, you didn't see it as much. But he does have a strong arm, and
he can make all the throws. He's got a live wire.
Yeah, and hopefully that stays that way all season.
Throw it deep. You need protection. If they get protection, they can throw it deep.
Yeah, and Sam, I think, said the other day that he believed he had 8 offensive linemen who could play. Does that sound like an inflated number, Clay, or do you think they have that many they can plug in?
Well, they might. And it's one thing to say you've got plenty of guys to plug in at guard. It's another thing to say you have plenty of guys to plug in at tackle. I don't think they can say that about tackle. If they can, if they've got plenty of top-line tackles, this team will go a long ways because competition will make those 2 guys better. Yeah, but
you hope you have 3.
If you have 3, then the competition in practice to get on the field, it's like that third guy can make a difference in the way he pushes the other 2.
Because just like you're talking about. Go ahead.
Well, it's interesting about Carmona. I saw today. I think he got on the Allen list or something, right? He's getting some preseason recognition. Really, one of the few Arkansas guys that are making even preseason first, second, third team. Arkansas has 3, right? Is that right? Coming out of media days. So
yeah, Carmona is a Sunday guy. He's going to play somewhere. Yeah. He'll play. I think it's guard at the next level, but I think he's a Sunday guy.
But again, it's, keeping them healthy. That's as it is with every team at every position.
Hey, Grant, we won't hold you up too long, man. Catch your flight. Be safe.
Safe travels.
Yeah, man. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Clay, I made an eagle on 17 yesterday, PV, the last hole I played, so maybe I'll just retire now.
Well,
in the pitch dark, we did that last night.
17 PV, that's a par 3.
I hope you made a skin there.
It was just gotten me. But, hey, thanks, guys. I'll see you.
All right. I thought 17, you got 16, 17, 18 at Pleasant Valley. Is that where he said, Pleasant Valley?
He said PV. So
yeah, PV. 17's a par 3, so that's interesting. But we'll trust
Paradise
Grant.
Valley.
Paradise Valley. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's a par 3 too.
You're right.
So
thank you.
I don't know what hole he's talking about.
Tommy said it's a par 5. He said it's a par 5.
Oh no, it's par 5. You're right.
Yeah.
It's par 5.
I know. I was like, well, that would have been a hole in one then.
Yeah, it would have been a hole in one.
Valley.
I forgot about that's a par 5. It runs along the creek. I either hit it in the creek or hit it in the lake to the right. I don't seem to find that fairway.
Consistency, like Ryan Sandberg. I like it, Clay. Christian Johnston, you want to tell the people what they won or lead us into the break? Go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about the Fence Man. Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for more than 40 years. Custom built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work. Good talk there with Grant Hall as we are moving on in the first hour. We got the Hall of Famer Clay Henry, Matt Jones, and myself on this Tuesday. Stay with us.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
This is halftime.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
ESPN Arkansas is live on location. We're here today on Phoenix Avenue at Hardee's. It's time once again for another qualifier for the 20th annual Monster Burger Contest. That's right, another chance for you to test your mettle and put your mouth where your mouth is? I don't know. Just come on down to Hardee's today. If you think you can finish a Monster Burger in less than 150 seconds, you can guarantee your spot in our competition on August 16th, where the winner will receive a football trip of a lifetime to watch the Cowboys take on the Raiders in Las Vegas on ESPN's Arkansas's Dime. That's right, we're sending you to Sin City, where you're going to have a great time watching the Cowboys take on the Raiders, and all you have to do is just shove a lot of burgers in your mouth in a finite amount of time. Stop by Hardee's today and see if you have what it takes to be our 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest champion. It's ESPN 95.3.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new Ultra Matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has wrecked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3.
Girls pass by. It ain't the latest thing. I can just stand in the doorway. I'm just trying to say girls passing by. Tell them I'm just waiting for the way. I'm just waiting.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend, Matt Jones.
He has what I think of even more weapons than he had a year ago. He's got a better offensive line in front of him. I think when you talk about turnovers and these things like that, I think understanding the offense better, your reads are quicker. I think you become much better in that, and I think history's shown that in Coach Petrino's second year with the same quarterback. I think the sky's the limit for this guy. I really like him. He's a great leader. You know, it'll be his senior year, so I certainly think he understands that. You know, at the Manning camp, I think he felt like he matched up really well with the other quarterbacks up there, and he has dreams of playing in the NFL as well. So I think it's going to be a big year for him because of who he is.
Man, I like hearing some of that out of the head ball coach. Yeah, I think his lower half is, you know, his hips to his footwork and making sure that's in sync, and not David Lee always stressed not being an overstrider. That's how you can sell some. KJ Jefferson really had that problem, that on those intermediate throws he would sell it because he would overstride a little bit. So you want to take a short step. I'm interested. I know we talked in the first segment. I'm interested to see who is the starting three receivers. Who is that first group that's going to go out there? Also, I want to see that freshman from Warren go, and then the old grandpa, the 31-year-old Monte Harrison. I think if he can't do it this year, like if he can't get on the field this year, then you just kind of wonder if it's kind of passed him by. So I think you could have big things out of that guy, and I really think he could be a matchup nightmare when you go 11. If you put him in the slot, you're able to use some motion and run some screens, but then you're able to have him block and set the edge if he gets a smaller nickel back on him.
Man, I talked to Limbo Parks last week and for Hogs Illustrated Where Are They Now feature, and Limbo played offensive guard, was all conference in 85, played in 85, 86 for the Razorbacks. Really good offensive lineman. Coached at Lee's Summit West where Monty Harrison grew up. Mm-hmm. And he spends a lot of time with Monty and thinks it's about ready to happen.
I think so too. Yeah, that's why.
10 years in baseball kind of reduced his aggressiveness. You don't need to have that mean, aggressive take in baseball. It's all about skill and tools. Mm-hmm. And it just to get that meanness back out of Monty, it's taken a couple of years of being in football again. The coaches say they see that, see the light has come on, and what he has to do. In other words, when he was in high school, what made him a target of a lot of the Power 4, Power 5 schools back then was he had a vicious stiff arm, and that's kind of disappeared, but it came back in the spring. He's when he's blocking, he's trying to hurt somebody. I mean, in other words, you're going to stay after him to the whistle, and maybe a count past the whistle. I think that you're going to see him do the things necessary to get on the field, which is the little things, the blocking and running after the catch. And I think he's a good teammate. I think he's made a 3.6. He's on the honor roll. He's getting his degree. You know, what a lot of people probably have forgotten is that he's free. He's a free player because his contract when he signed was drafted $1.8 million. Part of the money and over and above that was a promise to pay for his college. And so Major League Baseball is paying for him to be at Arkansas. So he's on his way to get his degree, and he's doing all the right things. And I think he's going to be a factor for this football team.
Yeah, I think so. I'm with you. It's time. And then the freshmen, and you don't want too many freshmen playing, but one of the ways to get on the field as a freshman, and if you're a D-back, if you're a running back, quarterback even, receiver, if you have speed, man, be coachable, pay attention in meetings. They're going to put you out there because a lot of people
Special
say
teams.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, hey, we run 4-4, but they don't really run 4-4. So if you're a freshman kid from Warren and you really got it, I'm going to be interested to see how his camp unfolds because it does take a little bit of time, Clay, but there's guys like a Maud Carroll that I was around, a Peyton Hillis, a Marcus Harrison, a Jamal Anderson. It doesn't take too long for those guys to show. They're like, hey, we belong and we're going to play this year as a freshman.
You have to know what you're doing. You have to be confident in in what you're doing, and as you get confident, it shows on the field. You know, confidence is the missing link in sports. What you have to do as a young player is you got to go find Scott Fountain and is like, Coach, plug me in. I want to be on special teams. I want to make a difference in special teams. And that's how you get on the bus as a young player, to make those road trips. And if you've got some speed, they can use you.
That's right. That's right. We're going to go, Christian, why don't you tell us what we got going on? We have somebody coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about this NAFA Region 2 prevention, and we'll keep moving right along.
Yeah, Matt's at the Region 2 Prevention Conference at the Signature Tower at 303 North Main Street in Harrison today until 2 o'clock. So make sure you go by and see him and learn about substance abuse and the negative effects of the misuse of chemical substances. And real quick, I'll tell you about Bet Saracen. It's Arkansas's favorite sports betting app, and for those who like to make a little wager on their favorite sporting event, Bet Saracen is as close as your cell phone, which is probably in one of your hands right now. If you want to follow the odds, favorites, and underdogs, Bet Saracen is where you want to be. And realize that Vegas odds are one thing, but you have to be there to legally bet on them. And Arkansas law prevents all those big national apps from operating in our state. So for the most accurate and up-to-date sports wagering info, you need to be on the Bet Saracen app. It's simple. Just go to the App Store and download Bet Saracen, or go to betsaracen.com and be sure to check out the really cool video of how to play featuring Jancy Sheets. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll have the last segment of the first hour coming up in just a minute. Stay with us. It's ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com. You're listening to Halftime with myself and Matt Jones, as well as the Hall of Famer Clay Henry.
What we do is, if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do? Put it up to 11. Exactly.
This is Halftime.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location. We're here today at Hardee's, 1820 Phoenix Avenue, for another qualifier for our 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. But hey, maybe you don't think you have what it takes to get the Monster Burger Eating Contest done. That's fine, no problem. We'll still be happy to see you, and you'll be happy to see us if you download the Hardee's app. How many useless apps do you have on your phone right now? Let me tell you something. Delete a bunch of them, get rid of them, and make room for the Hardee's app. If you stop into Hardee's today and you show us that you have the Hardee's app on your phone, ready to go, ready to order, then all you have to do is spin the wheel and we'll get you some great prizes. And we're not just talking, throwaway stuff here, coupons for $1 off this. No, we're talking free stuff. Free lunch combos, free sausage biscuits, free blueberry biscuits, and heck, we'll even pay to get your office for up to 8 people fed on Hardee's dime. It's ESPN Arkansas, HitThatLine.com, and Hardee's 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. Stop by today, download the Hardee's app, and take advantage of some great deals.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the relief hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Do you need closure? On your garage, call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. With an unheard of 15-year spring warranty option, Grit is the team you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, back halftime here. Joined, we got Clay Henry still, Christian Johnston on the board. Tommy Kraft joining us, special guest appearance.
Real special.
Yeah, and we
Tommy
got
that's Mr. Who to you, sir. So
and we got Kyle with us. That the kind of the reason why we're here, and going to talk a little bit about it. What's up, Tommy?
Yeah, we're here at the North Arkansas at the NAFI Region 2 conference is where we're at. It's about substance abuse, and Kyle's joined us now. Kai Abbott, wonderful event, and these are the things that go on in our community. That when we think about drug prevention, substance abuse prevention. This is where these events and these causes get started.
Yeah. We've had almost 100 people here to start the day, and we're just focused all about substance use prevention, particularly with our youth, but across all demographics, focusing on all substances, just providing education and resources to make sure that our communities are staying safe and healthy from substance use.
I'm sure y'all are a big resource with schools and youth organizations, but particularly it looked like you had a lot of educators and people that work within the schools that are here at your meeting.
Yeah, we try our best to be a resource to schools, to different community organizations. A lot of our work, as I mentioned, is focused towards youth, but we don't always have that direct access to youth, and so working with the schools and other youth-serving organizations, that's our best route to reach that population.
And it's not just Boone County. You reach out, and like I said, the whole region of the state, Marion County, and Baxter County, and the whole region. So
yeah. We here at NAFI we serve what's in the state called Region 2, covers Baxter, Boone, Marion, Newton, and Searcy counties. The state split up into 13 prevention regions. So Northwest Arkansas is Region 1, we're Region 2, and it kind of just goes down the board.
Yeah. So we're at the NAFI Region 2 at the convention at the Signature Bank Tower. And where my mind's going is, you tried to do the prevention, but if you've got a family member, you've got a child, someone that's going through tough time and has fallen into substance abuse, you guys are a great resource to try to get help and try to get rehabilitation as well.
Yes, we can definitely point people in the right direction. You know, we are primary prevention focused, and that's the work that we do, which means getting to populations before they ever try substances. But, you know, we're a good resource to, if you reach out to us and you're needing help, we know where to point you.
Prevention and abstinence is key, right? So you're trying to get to kids but young before they kind of get going, huh?
Correct. You know, we kind of look at kids and youth in general as like these super fragile beings, and they are. But, you know, we've seen if we're waiting until these kiddos are in high school, you know, if we're waiting until really 6th, 7th, 8th grade to start talking to these kids about substances, we've already missed the window. The average age of initiation for almost every substance, you know, alcohol, smoking, smokeless tobacco, vaping, it's around 12, 13 years old.
I can tell you, my kids aren't like any others. They're on TikTok, they're on, Snapchat, and it's so normalized on there today. That's the problem I see is what my kids see, and you try to filter it, and you can try all you want as a parent. You're not going to cut it all out. It's so normalized on there, and I think that's the biggest challenge a parent faces is how to make them understand that's not normal behavior. You don't do that. So,
yeah, and it really just falls on us as parents, grandparents, caregivers to get uncomfortable, have those uncomfortable conversations with our kids, and say, hey, I know we see this stuff because, like you said, it's all over the place. You know, songs we listen to, movies, shows we watch. I mean,
somebody's going to get to these kids, and so it might as well be the parents. It might as well be you guys first, because if somebody else gets into their ear, that's when the slope gets a little slippery.
Right. It's just different than when me and Matt or even Clay were kids. I mean, back then,
Pops would.
If you do that, I'm gonna beat the hell out of
That's right. That's right.
It's a little different than it is today. Now how you got to go about it. I didn't smoke, drink, or do any of that stuff because I was afraid my dad would kill me.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, really. I mean, the two avenues that we encourage now in substance use prevention, which has changed a lot over the years. You know, we went from, Nancy Reagan's Just Say No, and we had the DARE program for a lot of people, and the DARE program's shown to be the opposite of effective. Kids who went through the DARE program were more likely to try substances than kids who never went through the DARE program. But so now what we focus on is peer-to-peer prevention. We try to encourage, those good positive relationships, kids being the ones teaching kids, this is why we don't do substances, these are the harms. And then also, as I mentioned, parents. Because, for a long time and still today, schools will reach out and they want, say, me to come in and talk to the students about substances, and that's just not effective.
Let's chat some more in the next hour. We're at the NAFI Region 2 Prevention Conference. That's Kyle. We'll be telling you more. Halftime's live from the Signature Bank Tower here in Harris.
We'll be right back, guys.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
Hey, who's hungry? Colton Little here for ESPN Arkansas on 95.3. If you are hungry, stop by Hardee's today. 1820 Phoenix Avenue. ESPN Arkansas is in the building from 11:30 to 1:30. And while we're here, we're celebrating 20 years of the Monster Burger Eating Contest. So we're rolling back prices to 2005. That means you get a Monster Burger for just $3.50. That is a huge deal on an even bigger burger. So stop by today, Hardee's at 1820 Phoenix Avenue, and get yourself a deal on that Monster Burger. And heck, if you're feeling up to it, why don't you see if you can take the test and finish the Monster Burger in less than 150 seconds. If you do, you qualify for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. And the winner there gets sent to Las Vegas to watch the Raiders take on the Cowboys on ESPN Arkansas, Hardee's, and hitthatline.com's dime. Stop by today, take advantage of great deals, great savings, and great food here at Hardee's.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. A high this afternoon, mid to upper 90s, with the heat index anywhere from 105 to 110. Mainly clear mid 70s overnight. And then Wednesday, we will see a chance of a few showers or storms. A high in the mid to upper 90s. A heat index 105 to 110. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 32 days. Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you. Well, ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
But they were one race back.
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
All right. Moving right along on this Super Tuesday here in Harrison, having a good time, having a fun show. Christian Johnston on the board and Clay Henry with us as well. Clay, what I saw where Deion Sanders, he has his thing with his bladder removed and it was malignant, and then Bill Self, another guy at Kansas that, you know, is second, kind of reminds me of the Urban Meyer thing, a little bit too young to be having 2-3 different heart procedures. Which one of those guys, I mean, those guys, this is their last year you think they're coaching, and when Bill Self, who would they hire from within, or when that goes, do you think it's a domino effect again in college basketball?
Matt, I'd have to look and see what they have on Bill Self's staff, if there's somebody there that has the ability to hold that program together. I don't know that there is. It's
'cause that's a big time job.
Yeah, and that'd be, you know, when you're talking about what they budget for that program and their history, they're probably going to have a pretty good list of applications. And you know, I say that, you know, you don't really apply for one of those jobs. They call you. They call you. But yeah, I think that it would be a heavyweight involved. They haven't hired anybody that wasn't a heavyweight ever there, I don't think.
Yeah, he replaced Roy Williams, right?
Yeah, and you know, Larry Brown and Ted Owens are the guys that, you know, that I'm aware of that coach there, and those are all heavyweights. Yeah, but it's when you talk about, Prime and his ability to coach with what he's gone through, I just can't see that. You're probably not getting all the details in what he's going through, what he's facing, because usually when you have something like bladder cancer, there's other problems that go with
underlying.
it. Yeah. Did it spread? What are his what's the long-term prognosis? Can he coach on the field? Can he work late nights? Can he do all the things that are required of a head coach at a Power 4 school? I probably say no, he can't. But you have to start with one given, that he's a unicorn. There's not anybody like Prime. There's nobody that I've seen that has his skill set. And I'm not talking about athletics. I'm talking about his mind. He is a brilliant person. I don't always agree with things that he says or he does, but I can't argue with how he's gotten it done.
Yeah, he's old school, Clay. What was funny is when I say funny, it was comical when he was getting the job at Colorado and the people were coming out kind of being negative, and you're
Doubters.
Like, you can't go play NFL football and MLB baseball and not be a hard worker, not be a little old school. And that's what he brought in. And players want to be
something
coached.
Upstairs, yeah.
Yeah, players want to be coached. And he kind of reminds me a little bit of Houston Nutt, the way that he motivates his players, the direction that he slants the narrative, the way he wants the narrative to be. And then as a coach, as a player, Clay, you have to know that these coaches care about you. And I think that's one. Coach Nutt, you always felt like, hey, Coach Nutt cares about me. And that's what I think Deion did.
Because
I think his players know.
Exactly. He did care. And that's not a guess. You either know it, you either have that ability to communicate with players to make them understand that they know you, that they know your family, they know your girlfriend. Yeah, I think Coach Pittman's that way. I think that he's involved with players. So that's what bothers me a little bit about what Prime is going through. He hasn't been there for the last 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
For good reason. It's like, but so how can you be the head coach and you're not there? And I don't think anybody wants to take it away from him and say you can't do it, but it's really going to be a battle. There's nothing good going on for him right now. It's brutal, and I would guess that you're talking about a 1-year deal that he'll probably try to see if he can do it and then
help him transition. Yeah. Well, we might have talked about this a year or so ago, but we would have each week. Each game week, Coach Nutt and I would go eat lunch together one day, and talk, just kind of, and you know what, Clay, 90% of the time we'd go eat lunch that day, we didn't even talk about football. It was about other things that are going on. And then that's some of the stuff. And I know he's not the only one. I know a lot of coaches do that. But then all the position coaches would have the position players over to their house, and so you do feel a sense of family. And then I think in a place that, and a lot of things show up in close games, but I think little things like that, then you start winning close games. There's just a little more belief. There's a little more desire. There's a little more, I don't want to let this person down. And you have all that, but you're always trying to scratch and claw and find that little extra.
Yeah, it's the ability to communicate love and care. You can't tell them that you care. You have to show them that you care.
Well, and it's like when you said,
I can't give you an example of that, but you saw it in Houston. Mm-hmm. There was something that he did early on where you knew, man, he does care about me. He doesn't care about me just part of the time. He cares about me all the time. Every time I see him, he's asking me, how's Paula? How's Steve? Asking about your sisters, and calling them by name, and that's he doesn't just walk by and say, how's family doing? He called him out by name, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah, it's not just, hey, I'm on the way to somewhere else. Let me stop and engage with you. And that's, hey, when you win the mama, that was the thing. When you win the mama, then everybody else is going to follow. All right, Unit.
It is like that every time.
Right. That's the truth. Unit, let's play that sound from Dion, and we'll talk about it. And then you said we got one phone caller, and we'll go to the phones.
But please get yourself checked out, especially African American men. We don't like going to the doctors. We don't like nothing to do with the doctors. You know that. So I'm not just talking to the brothers. I'm talking to my Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic brothers, my Asian brothers, my everybody, and my sisters. And that's all, y'all. Get checked out, because it could have been a whole another gathering if I had. I'm thankful. It's been a tremendous journey. It's been tough. I think I dropped 25 pounds. I was like a Atlanta Falcon prime at one point.
Absolutely. That's why one of the things we're here for, different type of health, but prevention is key. You're not feeling right for whatever reason. Make sure you
annual
go get checked
checkups.
out. Yeah, especially when you're over the age of 40. You got to start going once a year, and even if it's just a blood test, go get your blood test. They can tell a lot. They can tell a lot by just drawing your blood. All right, Unit, let's go to the phones.
Charlie, you're up, man.
Man, how you guys doing?
What's up, Charlie?
Tuna.
Hey, Clay. I can't lie to you guys. That whole Dion thing kind of convicted me in a sense, because I can tell y'all, I'm a person that works in the doctor's office, and I don't, I work down more into towards the administration, but I don't even want to go to the doctor. The Tuna don't want to get checked. I hate it. I mean, and you know what? One thing I will say about Dion, Clay, I'm like you. I don't agree with everything that he's done or the way he's went about. But you know what? When I go home and look in the mirror, I don't agree with everything I did that day either. So I'm asking for forgiveness myself, because, like, I make mistakes too, and we've all made mistakes. And I think with Dion, it's genuine, that he legitimately not only cares about his players, like you guys said. I think he cares about people too. I think it's a legit thing. His fallback is always his faith, and it seems genuine to me, Matt. I don't know what you would, but to me, he always talks about his faith, and it's something that's so important. And he's right, man. We don't like talking about that stuff. I mean, I'm not going to call C Unit up and be like, "Hey, C Unit, hey, you need to go get checked out." I mean. It's weird to us, right? We don't like talking or thinking about those things. It's weird for my dad. It's, and for him, though, the thing that got me that was so crazy about it, Matt, I know you heard this. He had not told Shedeur and Shiloh during the draft process about this. They didn't even know, because he didn't want them to know. He didn't want them to be going through that and then going through the draft process. And there were people putting these stories out saying, now listen, I'm not saying that Shedeur didn't interview bad or didn't do, but it was like all pointed at Dion. And it's like, then I see this other article the other day that says, oh my God, I want Dion to go. I want him to retire. It'd be better for college football. He just wants to take a year off. I mean, how stupid can you look after writing that? I mean, after what he come out and said yesterday. Clay, I will say this to your point. I don't know how he could do this, but I'll tell you this. He's darn sure going to try. And I wouldn't bet. I don't bet against Dion. I definitely don't bet against God. And, if it can work, if they can make it work out somehow and he can be on that sideline, then I'm rooting for him for sure. I gained even more respect for him. I've always respected him. Like you, I haven't always agreed with everything he's done or said, but man, I definitely want my kid to go play for him. He's a special. Yeah. He's an amazing person.
I watch what he does. I mean, I can't turn away. It's like I might not be pulling for Colorado, but I turn it on and I watch because it's unique. He's a unicorn.
He's special. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Charlie. And yeah, what Freud said about the Irish is we're impervious to psychoanalysis. And one thing I'll tell you about a locker room, whether it be at the college level or the professional level. If you have lie in you as a coach, if you're not authentic, you'll get found out 100%. And that's one thing Dion is. You have to be authentic. That's one thing I always say about Coach Nutt. Not a lot of lying, Coach Nutt. He's
No.
authentic. You know what I mean, Clay? And that's that you'll get found out. And then once you get found out and you lose the locker room, then there's no coming back.
I would agree with that 100%. And every once in a while, you see a team, and you think, well, they've cut loose of the rope, and you don't know when it happened, but you can tell it happened. And it's whatever the reason is, and it could be player related, it could be coach related, it could be something in the strength program, but it's all at once. You think, well, what happened there? I just never saw that with Coach Nutt, where the team wasn't pulling together, and that's part of the way you're good in November. You keep getting better. You keep everybody on the same page. You keep working. And I think that's what I've seen with Dion. That his team is gonna,
They definitely didn't underachieve. Yeah, no, that's the one thing about Coach Nutt. His teams didn't do a lot of underachieving. They overachieved. No question about it. All right, Unit, you wanna tell the people what they can win, and
Sure.
we'll pay some bills. All right, let's do it.
All right, Matt's coming to you live from the Region 2 Substance Abuse Prevention Conference at the Signature Tower in Harrison, 303 North Main Street. Make sure you get by and see him. Real quick, I'll tell you about Roback. Take advantage of this nice weather in Arkansas with our friends at Roback. They have the gear for your perfect summer days with fresh polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com. For the golfers out there, Roback's Delta pants and shorts are a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric that look great on or off the golf course. Use the code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off with your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. Roback, where action meets comfort. All right, we are rolling right along here in the second hour on halftime. Stay with us. You're listening to ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com, and we'll be right back.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
ESPN Arkansas is live on location here at Hardee's, and we bring you breaking news. Today, as of now, July 29th in the year of our Lord, 2025, all 6 qualifiers that have walked through this door today have completed the challenge and have qualified for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. Look, we can't let the streak die. Stop by Hardee's today, 1820 Phoenix Avenue here in Fort Smith, and earn your spot in the qualifiers in the big contest.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place. This crispy chicken is from a taco place? Hey, this crispy chicken's from Taco Bell? The taco place? This chicken is so perfectly crispy with tortilla chip coating. It's from a taco place. What? It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
East Coast summers living on the run. Now the beachfront nights, fireflies and thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your sports betting action. And with baseball in full swing and football season right around the corner, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting. From MLB, UFC to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Head to the website today and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. BetOnline, the game.
When you're unwanted, streets are uneven. When you're down, when you're straight, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, back halftime. We're moving right along. Super Tuesday. And we got Christian Johnston on the board. Hall of Famer Clay Henry. Fisherman Clay is what he goes. That's what I like to call him. Speaking of Fisherman Clay, when's the last time you've been down to this Harrison area? I know you're kind of close by, but do you ever go fishing? Isn't Crooked Creek close by here? You ever go in there?
Crooked Creek pretty much starts in that area and then moves east. It's not that part of Crooked Creek that I go to. I go more around Snow and Yellville and Flippin to do that. But I'm more of a cold water guy, trout guy. But Harrison is my stopover. You know, like I go to Fayetteville, it seems like twice a month. And I mean, I can tell you the good places to eat in Harrison. I know where to stop. I know, if I need a little help, I call Marty Burlsworth. You know, I know he can get me out of trouble if I'm ever really in deep trouble. You know, every once in a while I get in deep trouble, man. I'm a bad guy.
Ooh, I don't know about that. That's why you got those waders on. So
I'm pretty mundane.
Yeah. Hey, I like the mundane. I much prefer it. Something who is not mundane and something who is a little bit exotic. He'll come up with some blitzes. He'll scheme. One of the things I like about Travis Williams is he tries to take whatever the team is, whatever they do well. If they like to throw the ball to their tight end, if they like to run the ball with their quarterback, he does a really good job of stopping the team's A position and makes them go to a B plan or C plan. And we haven't really talked a whole lot about defense or Travis Williams so far, Clay. So I wanted to get your thoughts on the progression of Coach T. Will this year, and I love that he's a motivator. He's positive. His players like him. You see the fire in him. You see the smile on their face that they want to go play for him. What kind of do you think the next progression or the next step is for Travis Williams this year?
He likes to make you play left-handed, and I think that's what you just talked about.
Yes, sir.
And it's like most of us are right-handed. There's a few 23% of the world is left-handed, but most of us are right-handed. So that's the coach speech thing. You make somebody play left-handed. You got a point guard and he's right-handed, you got to make him play left-handed. And some can do that, and they've been taught at a young age that's your ace in the hole. But I think that what he is really good at is figuring out how to utilize his speed. What are his playmakers and what can they do? What is Xavier Sorey? What's his gift? I think that getting those guys in the right positions and able to utilize their speed is where it starts. I think that they've got big cornerbacks, and I think that's going to be a strength of this team, that you can be physical on the perimeter and take away those screen games. I mean, if you watch Texas play, what they really wanted to do is get you 2-on-2 on the outside, and their receivers are better than your defensive backs. And they walk down the field 5 yards here, 6 yards here, 8 yards there, and you don't ever get them in third and long. It's always third and short because they can throw those wide receiver screens and have another guy in the slot that can block up a corner. But he blew that up last year against Texas, and that was not going to be what Texas did to beat us. And I think that's Travis Williams' gift, is that he finds the players that he needs to play his scheme. They're going to be good at linebacker. That's the position he coaches. He's able to get them into playmaker spots, in the alleys, and understand that. I think that he's going to have fun with a guy named Larry Worth this year, and I think he's a unicorn. He's a guy that can play safety, or he can play nickel, or he can play outside linebacker. And if you have a guy at that position that can move any of those spots, it really confounds the quarterback. It's like, what's he doing with him on that play? Well, it can be different. And it's hard to look out there and see that particular player and know that you're not going to get a matchup that favors you, that he's going to win the matchup because at his size that he can also run.
Yeah, there's even going back from 7th grade football, there's a position called headhunters, and they'd be like two linebackers, a safety, like what you're talking about, Worth,
Tony
Bua, somebody where, hey, you know what our defensive tackle is going to do? You know what this other guy, what our defensive ends, they're going to be two gap guys, and then we're going to let our headhunters make plays and make tackles. And I think that's kind of what Coach Pittman was talking about at SEC Media Days. Hey, we really like our linebackers, and you bring this up, Clay, that if we do have 2 or 3 linebackers that you don't have to cover up, and then the quarterback doesn't know who you're going to blitz, and then that's where then you can change protection. You can kind of mess them up, but whatever you can do to cause stress on the other team's quarterback, whatever you can do to make him think a little bit, where he's not just out there. I go back to the Musfire game last year with LSU. That quarterback's jersey looked like he wasn't touched the entire game, and what happened? We got beat by 40. We didn't get beat by 40, but you know what I mean. We never really had a chance.
Well, the game was under control from their vantage point.
Right.
I mean, it just they were able to control tempo because their quarterback could do anything he wants. But I mean, it's the simple thing in football, and I've said it a million times since about 2008 or 9 or 10. Bobby Petrino told me the way you win football games is that you keep your quarterback from being hit, and then you hit the other team's quarterback. The team that can do that is going to control the game. And now, how do you do that? It's not with great quarterback play. It's with great line play, the defensive line, the offensive line. That's the key to football. And I don't know what this team is capable of winning. I don't know how many they can win. Is it 7 or 8? Can they win 7 or 8 if everything falls right? I want to see their offensive line in September and see if they've got it going on. If they step in unison, if they're not turning people loose, if they're able to control one side of the line with a great double team. Those are the things they couldn't do last year. They weren't consistent up front. And it was a different player on every play. It wasn't one guy. And the consistency just wasn't there as a unit. And that's the part of football that I think we don't watch enough of. We watch the ball in there. We watch the running back with the ball. If you'll keep your eyes in the center of the line and just kind of peripheral vision see the tackles. But if you can watch those interior 3 guys, you'll know who's winning the football game.
I think it's very important that we get off to a good start, meaning we win our first 2 games before we start conference play, and then you go back out of conference with 2 more. 3-2, I think, would have to be kind of like the worst-case scenario if this team wants to win 7 games, 8 games this year. You do anything less than that in those first 5 games, it's going to be tough. And most of the games – And Clay, most of the games, if you think last year and even the last couple of years, it seems like, and I don't know if it's a lack of depth, if we fade. I mean, go back even 2 years ago to the BYU game in Fayetteville. That there was no reason we should have lost that. But most of these games going into the fourth quarter, they will be single-digit ball games, meaning we'll have a single-digit lead or the other team will have a single-digit lead. And that's all you can ask for as a player is we have a chance going into the fourth quarter. And you can't win a game in the first quarter. And I go back to what Tiger Woods said about golf, and we'll use this analogy because there's 4 rounds of golf unless you're a live golfer. He would say you can't win a golf tournament in the first or second round, but you sure as heck can lose it. Same thing with this Arkansas football team. You can't win the game in the second quarter, but you sure can't give up 21 points and have 2 turnovers. You sure can lose it. So if you can keep it tight, keep it close as long as you can, the other team starts to press a little bit, and then you find a way to get your playmakers find a way. That's one thing Coach Nutt was always good about. Who's a couple guys that have speed? We're going to find a way to get them the ball in space and let them make plays.
Yeah, I think that's the same principle that Bobby Petrino, he talks about feeding the studs. And, it's like, who are the studs? I think there's strength at the running back position. I still don't know who the studs are at wide receiver. I need to see a little bit more. I watched him in the spring, and it was a different guy. And, like it would be a guy make a play, and then he might disappear for 15 minutes. We can't have that. There has to be somebody. And I want Taylor Green to use everybody, not to be locked in on one guy. But he needs to know who that guy is on third down and who it can be. Is it going to be a tight end that's going to be making plays on third down? Is it going to be, a Joe Adams that, when it's 4th and 3 against LSU, that you can run that play where he's going to be open? So all of this is still a question mark in my mind. But if they can protect, I think with this quarterback, he will find guys open. I think they'll have enough guys open in this wide receiver group because I think there's some speed there. And
I'm with you, Clay. I'm excited to see who starts those top 3, top 4 guys in camp. And to your point, Christian, before you go, last year I thought we were way too top heavy with Jaquindon Jackson the first 3 games. We wore him out. We kind of broke him down, and then as the season went on, he didn't have too much to give. So I'm hoping that it is the first 2 when it's hot. Those first, and you think about Alabama A&M, Arkansas State. Who's our second team running back? They should be in the 3rd series. Who's our 3rd string running back? He should be in. There should be certain packages instead of just running one guy into the ground early on. So if we can do that by committee, and then it gets your juices going, then it kind of gets your attention to detail a little bit up because as a player, you want to compete and you want to play. And I get it. There's a depth chart, but you go through camp, you do everything, and you're if you do know your assignment, man, let's get this stable of running backs and let's see what we got.
Talking with Limbo Parks this week about the Ken Hatfield philosophy of 40-40. In other words, we're going to keep the ball for 40 minutes and we'll score 40 points. 40 of the 60 minutes. If you've got the ball, your defense is fresh. It seems to.
They can't hurt you. That's right.
Yeah, you got the ball, they can't score. The thing that he mentioned that I'd forgotten is that Ken Hatfield always had a fullback that was 100% rested in the fourth quarter. Had two fullbacks, two bell cow dudes, and in the fourth quarter, he'd have Barry Foster rested for some big plays in the fourth quarter.
And then you're not arm tackling him. If Braylon Russell's rested in the fourth quarter, man, that's first down after first down.
So that means you have to have 2 or 3 or 4, depending on what you think you got as far as depth. I think they're going to have strength at running back. If they stay healthy, I think that's a good start for this team.
Let's go, unit.
All right, make sure you subscribe to the Hit That Line podcast network and listen to the best moments of the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson, Tommy Kraft, Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach. Stay up to date by subscribing to the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast, the Eastside Liquor Halftime podcast, and the Ruskin and Zach podcast, part of the Hit That Line podcast network. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts or find them on hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. Don't forget to rate, review, and share. All right, Eddie in Fayetteville, stay on the line. We'll go to you right after the break here on ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. You're listening to Halftime. Got Matt Jones here, the legend, and the Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us as we go on the second hour.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
This is Halftime.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
This is Halftime.
All right, let's break someone's clavicle on 3. 1, 2, 3. Break someone's clavicle. Hit the field. Let's go. Move it. Move it.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Choose your escape. Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Take a luxurious dip with the $5 Classic box. Indulge in a lavish meal with the $7 Supreme box. Or explore new worlds with the $9 Discovery box, now featuring the crispy chicken burrito for a truly unmissable experience.
What's that, Tony Hawk?
Get Lux for less, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
Coast summers nipping on the run. Now the beachfront nights, 5,000 thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your sports betting action. And with baseball in full swing and football season right around the corner, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting. From MLB, UFC to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Head to the website today and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Gonna make it, baby, if we try.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, man. Beautiful. Super Tuesday, July 29th, 12 of 40. We got Kyle coming back up in the next segment to continue talking about this conference and what they're doing, big things down here in Harrison. Christian, we got a phone caller, an oldie but a goodie. We've kind of missed Eddie for a while. Is this the Sherpa?
Oh, this is Eddie in Fayetteville.
Oh, see, you James Harden pump faked me. That's all right. Eddie in Fayetteville. What's up, buddy?
Hey, this is the other Eddie. Yeah, I'm the Fayetteville Eddie. I'm not the whistleblower. I wanted to switch gears with Clay right quick on this fishing story. I enjoyed it today in the paper, and they had some beautiful fish on the picture, but the two mugs in the picture looked like they needed to shave a little bit if they're going to get a picture on the Northwest Arkansas paper.
Well, when I go on vacation, I don't shave. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, because I don't either. I had to mess with you. I enjoyed your article, and it
Thank
looked like
you.
y'all had a great time, and looked like y'all had a good time. I enjoyed your article.
It was good, clean fun. Let's put it that way. Early to bed, early to rise, and get out there and chase after those brown trout. And Bruce Ritter's a good traveling companion. We liked it so much we're going to do it again in September and take Lewis Campbell and Mike Netzker. Have 4 guys go out there, 2 boats, renting 2 boats. So we'll have a big time. That Green River in Utah they call it the Green, but it is crystal clear, and the rocks at the bottom have a green tint to them with algae and stuff. But it's like fishing in an aquarium. You see the fish, and it's I likened it to, when you go to the counter at Brahms and you say, I want ice cream, and they scoop it. And by the time they get all the way and get all the ingredients on there, you're just standing there drooling. And that's the way it is standing in that drift boat, looking down in the river, and you see all those brown trout. And it's like, oh, this is so cool. I'm drooling.
Just don't tap on the glass.
Don't put your nose on the glass.
That's right. It kind of makes me.
Go ahead. Little kids put their nose on the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for reading.
Go ahead.
I've got one more question for you. Now, hang up, Clay. How many honeydews have you got to do to get to go on those trips?
I think it's one of those deals after being together 50 years, she goes, "Would you please leave?" That's
is
the way
honeydew.
it works.
Yeah. Get out of my hair for a little bit.
It's time for you to go fishing. I don't know what's going on around here, but you're not happy, and would you please go fishing, because you always come back with a big smile on your face. Now, sometimes she goes, and she gets to do her stuff out west, but usually she's going to go to the beach or go to Santa Fe or do girl stuff, and I get cut loose. So, and we have great reunions when we get back together.
Well, enjoy your article, Clay.
Thank you very much. You need readers if you're going to be a writer. I'm glad to have a few.
Clay, appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie from Fayetteville. That was a good phone call, and it
I
had me.
The front page of the Northwest Arkansas Democrat Gazette is the outdoor section. I've got a 2,000-word story, and there's some pictures there. And if you go to NWADG or you go to Ho Hog Sports, you can read my column on my Green River trip, and there's a lot of other information in there too.
Man, Clay,
on my travels.
Yep, you've been doing it at a high level for a long time, and that's we do. We always appreciate having you on the show and being able to read your work.
Well, I mean, it's fun, Matt, and I'm just doing the fun stuff anymore.
That's what I told Tommy yesterday. I said, man, this is a pretty cool gig that we got going on. It's almost fun more than it is work. And I think we have Josh coming up. That's right? We got Josh coming up here after this next break unit. If you want to go ahead and take us to a commercial.
Kind of a big deal. People know me.
This is halftime. ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
Hey, who's hungry? Colton Little here for ESPN Arkansas 95.3. If you are hungry, stop by Hardee's today. 1820 Phoenix Avenue, ESPN Arkansas is in the building from 11:30 to 1:30. And while we're here, we're celebrating 20 years of the Monster Burger Eating Contest. So we're rolling back prices to 2005. That means you get a Monster Burger for just $3.50. That is a huge deal on an even bigger burger. So stop by today, Hardee's at 1820 Phoenix Avenue, and get yourself a deal on that Monster Burger. And heck, if you're feeling up to it, why don't you see if you can take the test and finish the Monster Burger in less than 150 seconds. If you do, you qualify for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. And the winner there gets sent to Las Vegas to watch the Raiders take on the Cowboys on ESPN Arkansas, Hardee's, and hitthatline.com's dime. Stop by today, take advantage of great deals, great savings, and great food here at Hardee's.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Summer is here, and Gelco Outdoors has the outdoor gear for you. Hiking boots by Salomon, running shoes by Under Armour, fishing shoes by Extra Tough and Under Armour, dry fit fishing and outdoor clothing by AFCO, Ariat, Drake, Hook, and Under Armour. Take advantage of the hot summer deals on summer clothing with buy one, get the second at 50% off. See store for details. For all your summer fishing, Gelco has the gear. Hunters, get ready for bow season. Gelco Outdoors, your one-stop summer store. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
This is Pastor Brad Luter with Grand Avenue Baptist Church. For all of our HVAC and plumbing needs, we call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
That's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, and drain cleaning needs and great York Home products. It's just one number you need to know, 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Hey guys, this is Ethan at Wheeler Power Sports, and we want you to stop in and see Drew at our apparel department. On-road or off-road, we've got you covered. Helmets, jackets, gloves, footwears, and everything in between, from top brands like Alpine Star, Icon, Scorpion, RST, Bell, and many more. Also, see Lane and team at the Wheeler Power Sports parts department. From standard maintenance items to custom accessories and add-ons, Wheeler's got you. Wheeler Power Sports, 901 North 11th Street in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start. Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? No way, dude. Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
I keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel. Yeah, we're going to the road, just gonna have a real good time.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, and we're back halftime, moving right along. Beautiful, beautiful July 29th here in Harrison. We're joined by Josh, and Tommy Kraft is back with us again.
Boy, well, what an honor for you, Matt.
Ooh.
Hey, we are here at the North Arkansas NAFI Region 2 Prevention Conference, and Josh Bird, who is with the PAYS Coalition in Mountain Home, has stopped by. Hi, Josh. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I got a good crowd here today. Tell us what's happened so far as part of this conference.
So throughout the day, we came in and got prepared with our booths, set up as a vendor to speak to other people in the community about what it is we're doing as a coalition. After some meet and greet stuff and some breakfast, we moved into some speakers. We had Miss Ricky, and then followed by Nigel. We're breaking for lunch right now. We've got some breakout sessions going on this afternoon, followed by a panel to conclude the day.
Yeah. So you serve the youth and work in the area in Baxter and Marion counties, right?
That's correct.
And PAYS stands for Prevention Awareness Youth Support.
Correct.
Tell us what your organization does in Baxter and Marion counties.
So, like you said, I'm the director of the PAYS Coalition Prevention Awareness Youth Support. We are a coalition with 12 sectors across the community, everything from media, law enforcement, teachers, students. We've got some healthcare in there. We've got organizations reducing substance use, youth-serving organizations. We've had these 12 sectors across the community come together to form this coalition, and we're promoting substance use prevention in our youth, Marion and Baxter County. One of the things that allows us to operate is a DFC grant from the Centers for Disease Control. That gives us $125K a year for the next 5 years, which helps us in our prevention efforts. Our fiduciary is covered by Arkansas State University. They cover the grant, so I'm an employee of ASU Mountain Home, but serving as the director of the PAYS Coalition with along with the 12 sectors across the community. We've got the foundation of our group is our student sector, and they are the C group out of Mountain Home High School, and they are Student Education Against Drugs, and we're about 70 strong as of last year, and hopefully going to hit 100 this fall.
Every time I drive by, they turn on the bypass, kind of head towards. I get off on Highway 5 there. It's such a beautiful campus looking up, and
it's amazing, isn't it?
In there, what ASU Mountain Home has done.
Yep.
So
yep,
it really is. So in the we were talking earlier last hour. Back in our day, our parents talked to us and just told us don't do drugs with a paddle or a belt in one hand, and you were just scared to death. You know, you were told in church you're going to hell if you did these things.
Yeah.
You know, now it's the world's a little bit different, and you know, I think it's hard for parents to figure out how to start these conversations with kids.
I get
Where
that.
do you begin without just trying to play the fear card all the time? How do you have a meaningful, impactful conversation with your kids when they've got all these things, these phones and devices and gaming and all this stuff that they're getting information in places we never dreamed of when we were that age?
So as far as what a parent or an adult can explain to a student or a child, that is beyond me. That's why we are focusing on peer-to-peer prevention. What we do as a coalition is we train the upperclassmen 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th graders.
Awesome.
To go into the elementary schools, the middle schools, the elementary school, the middle school, and the junior high.
So, positive peer pressure.
Positive peer pressure. That's a great way to think about it.
Yeah. And how does your program work in that? How do you get those kids engaged and willing to have those conversations with their peers?
Well, we started this off 3 years ago, planted it with a metaphorical seed, and we've got some people involved from Baxter County Juvenile Services. They also serve Marion County in the Yellville court system, and we've got the vice principal of Mountain Home High School on board, Mr. Steve Morris. He has been a godsend and allowed the Mountain Home group to really flourish. He started off with the student leaders that he identified as strong role models in the school. The initial group was smaller, but it's grown and it's going to continue to grow.
So if someone's listening, you have a website or someplace of, hey, I want to get my kid involved in this, or someone that's in that age group you're talking about, and you know, as a 9th grader and wants to help in their schools, or a senior in high school, how would they engage your program?
As a year one DFC, we do not have a website developed yet. That's something that we're looking into. However, you can find us on Facebook under the PAYS Coalition. There's also a student Instagram page under SEAD Seed Group.
All right. PAYS, Prevention, Awareness, Youth Support. So if you're in Baxter or Marion counties, it's a great organization to help out and get the word and positive peer pressure in our schools.
Absolutely.
So, all right, Josh Bird, PAYS Coalition, Mountain Home, Baxter and Marion County. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, NAFE Region 2 Prevention Conference. That's where we're at today, and got a lot of cool stuff going on here, Matt. A lot of great tables and a lot of good information being shared.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's never too early to talk to kids, to talk to young adults about the proper way to live and to set a good example. And it sounds like that's what they're doing here is giving people the proper tools to be leaders in the community.
Yeah. So good day to drop by and have these conversations. Clay, I know it's a beautiful day, but still a hot day here in North Central Arkansas. So,
and we'll be right back after this unit. Thank you, dude.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
When she wrecked your heart, we were there to pick up the pieces with you. Now that you've wrecked your car, we can help with that too. Dog bite? Slip and fall? Car crash? Call Jackie Mock. 15 years in the insurance industry taught me the tricks to get you paid. Call for your wreck check today. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice. A wreck check sounds nice.
Looking for quality metal buildings and roofing? Metal Mart has you covered. From prefabricated metal buildings to custom trim, carports, and more, Metal Mart is your one-stop shop. Contractors and do-it-yourselfers are always welcome, and their experts will help you calculate the materials you need, all at a price you can afford. With locations in Fort Smith, Little Rock, and Jonesboro, or visit metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. A high this afternoon, mid to upper 90s, with the heat index anywhere from 105 to 110. Mainly clear mid 70s overnight. And then Wednesday, we will see a chance of a few showers or storms, a high in the mid to upper 90s, a heat index 105 to 110. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 32 days. Coming to you live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect it. Oh, ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Bill said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. My heart, dog. Let's go, man.
The angles were so bad, we showed them at halftime.
That ain't but one racerback.
Like, what in the world were we thinking?
It's vintage Matt Jones.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
All right, moving right along on this beautiful, wonderful, super terrific Tuesday, July 29th, 1 minute after 1 o'clock. And we've been all over the place, had Grant Hall on earlier, just kind of, summertime talking a little bit about whatever's going on in the sports world. We're going to touch back on a little Happy Gilmore 2 in a second. Let's go to Happy Gilmore 2 before we play the sound. Clay, John Daly steals the show. No, I was really impressed. You can tell who the actors are and then who the cameos are. I thought John Daly crushed it.
Well, he just played himself.
That's right, Uncle John.
And I would think that he probably hasn't consumed, hand sanitizer before. but that was a pretty funny bit. It's like
when him and Steve Buscemi
make sure he gets fed 3 times a day. That's what Happy told him. Yes, when he left. Yeah, that's some pretty good stuff, and I want to watch it again because I think that there's so much humor in there that probably just slid right past me, and I'll pick up a little bit more of it the second time. It's kind of like some of the great Mel Brooks comedies. You watch them the first time, and it's like, well, I didn't really realize that was a joke. And then the next time that you get it. And so it's sprinkled in with little juicy nuggets all the way through it. And Adam Sandler is really gifted. I mean, and he's so at home being Happy Gilmore that it just makes you laugh. And I mean, I've got golf in my blood, you know that, Matt. I grew up a golfer, and you know, I've heard some people say, "Well, that's not real. It's not. It's well, come on now, just lighten up a little bit and enjoy the ride." Because Happy Gilmore 1, it was great, and I think Happy Gilmore 2 is pretty good too.
When they had, one of the things I noticed the first time I watched it was when they were sitting down and you had Rory McIlroy, you had Scotty Scheffler, you had Brooks Koepka, and Bryson DeChambeau. I know very first thing when I noticed it was the PGA golfers were wearing shorts and the live golfers were wearing pants. And so there's all that. It's all that little stuff, like you're saying, that you got to watch.
It's flipped around.
Kind of,
yeah, they did it.
I thought that was cool. Well,
they did it just to make fun of each other. Yeah. It was
I kept thinking there would
stuff.
be the green. I kept thinking they would call it a maxi pad, and they never did. I thought they missed
never
one
did.
there.
Yeah,
I thought they kind of missed something there.
They
but
they need you to write a few lines in there.
well, yeah, Bad Bunny. They draw from, if you've seen the movie Mr. Deeds and John Turturro, it's kind of like a butler. That's kind of what Bad Bunny was kind of being, and there's a language barrier. So that I thought he stole the show as well. But yeah. What a good summertime movie, no question about it. Hey, let's talk about an Arkansas Razorback and some of the Tennessee Titans. I think you got a Cam Ward soundbite talking a little bit about Traylon Burks' unit.
He's going to be one of our best targets this year. Not a lot of guys at his size can move like him, break down like him. So I'm excited. Just hope we stay healthy, but when we do stay healthy, we're going to be able to see.
Man, that's just happened that Traylon Burks fractured his collarbone in practice yesterday. So there you go.
He should be back this year, right?
No, yeah, collarbone, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. It'll be, range of motion, your
first
strength.
month he'll be
have
back.
To pad it up, but man, you talk about, Luke Haas goes to Ole Miss, he gets hurt. I don't know how serious that is. You think of Catalon, another guy that's uber talented. We've all see it. I've been around a couple players up there at Arkansas, guys that were really talented and just couldn't stay healthy for whatever reason. I feel like Traylon Burks is kind of that way. I mean, he keeps grinding, but there's just something about it. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, it's he's as good a talent as that we've ever had at Arkansas.
I agree.
Good a talent. I mean, there's not, and I mean, we all know Matt Jones was the quintessential athlete as far as Arkansas goes. But I mean, Traylon Burks, and he was just a good human being.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I love him because he's got fishing in his blood. I still would like to see him have a healthy, productive season in NFL because I think he can do abnormal things at that position. I think he's got all of the talent as far as eye-hand coordination, the ability to catch balls and the big, huge hands.
Yep.
What do they say? Those are, you wear sizes in gloves?
Yeah, I was a double X on my gloves. He might be a triple X or so.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they can make him big enough. He's going to pop out the seams with those huge hands. So I met the Alabama receiver that played with the Falcons, Julio Jones. Is that his name?
Yeah, you had Julio Jones played there. Yes, sir.
So we were on a vacation to Orange Beach, and it was just before the start of college soccer season for my daughter, Sarah. And she had to run each night. She was trying to maintain her condition because she reports to camp, the next week. And we went up to Foley to find a really closely mown football field to work out. And that's Julio's hometown, Foley. And he was out there, and he came over and introduced himself. He's just working out and introduced himself to me and my daughter. And I didn't think much about the size of his hand. But when that night at dinner, Sarah's like, "Dad, did you see how big his hands were?" And I was like, "Well, he's a college, football player."
Mm-hmm.
He was at Alabama at the time. And she goes, "Dad, it must be a lot easier to catch a football if your hands are that humongous. And that's what Treylon has. And it's I just want to see him use those hands in the NFL for a solid 17 games. I guess he won't have 17 games this year. It'll probably be more like, 12 or 13?
Yeah, you want to see him healthy. Always rooting for Arkansans and Arkansas guys. And Christian and Clay, I want to stay in the NFL and talk about two more rookies that are going to be this year, and Isaac Tesla and Landon Jackson and their teams respectively. I think Landon Jackson's a guy that could have 5+ sacks. I think he's going to be in the rotation. And then Tesla, I don't know if it's a product of the environment, a product of the system, a product of Andrew Armstrong and Taylon Green were simpatico, and then his second buddy was his best friend was Treylon Burks. So I don't know if we put if we put Tesla where Burks was last year, if we have two more wins. You think Trey and you know you got as a receiver, you got to catch the ball, and Burks did not have a good year. I think you could ask him, and he'd say he didn't have a good year. Is that just a product in that that Taylon Green was just looking for one guy, and now he's going to read the offense and be able to spread the ball around? So when I think of Tesla going up to Detroit, do you see Tesla 30+ catches as a rookie?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so many variables to that, and they've got other wide receivers too. So
Amon St. Brown is one of the best.
He's got to get a chance first. If he gets out there and he's successful, that quarterback's going to find him. And I think that he has shown that he has the tools. He's got better speed than I thought he had. He's got the hands. But, going back to your question, Taylon Green, I just think that they've got to get him some protection. When he had protection against Mississippi State, he found the tight ends. He was able to stay in the middle of the field. If he's being chased out of the pocket, he's not going to see the middle of the field. He's going to see just 1/3 of it. And I think that's the key to getting the ball spread around more, is that defenses will have to play honest because they can't get to him, and he's going to see more zone. And I think that the zone routes that Petrino has in their system will cut up the SEC. If it's all man and he's being chased because they're bringing 8, that's a different deal. Then you're locked down and you can't see the back half of the field. And Matt, you've been there. If you can stop and plant your feet and scan the field, he can be dangerous.
You're exactly right on having time, and I go back to when he gets rushed, he just reverts back to what he knows. He's the best athlete on the field, so he's going to take off and make plays. One of the hardest things I think to learn as a quarterback is when it's zone and you're going to throw over the middle. So let's say we got a tight end running a little 6-yard option route. It's so hard for a quarterback to just, for those first 2 steps, look at the other linebacker in the eye, look at the other safety, and then come back to him and trust that he's going to be there. Because when you are doing zone, and if you just eye your tight end down across the middle, the other guy comes from the backside, you never see him. So that's a progression in being mature as a quarterback. As hey, I know my guy's going to be open. It's a 7-yard route. It's a 5-yard option route. So it's going to be a 3-step, and we're going to plant and throw it, or a 3-step hitch and throw it. Let me go with my eyes somewhere else instead of, man, it's just so easy. Let me see him. Let me throw it. And that's kind of like the next progression in Taylon to take that next jump up.
Boy, just as you're talking, it just my mind went back to the Sugar Bowl, Ohio State. You've got the ball after the block punt, and you're going to go in and win the game. Mallett's rolling. It's been an Arkansas comeback the whole second half, and he's going to throw it to his tight end, and they've got a zone blitz. And when he sees the linebacker step up, he thinks his guy's open. He doesn't realize the defensive end is going to drop into that spot. But your eyes can play tricks on you sometime. They'll take the defense right to the ball, and I think that's what happened on that play.
No, you're right. It's just it's a maturity thing. It's kind of getting outside of your comfort zone, and when you're running skelly and when you're not in a full team period, that's when you got to start practicing that. Because a lot of times you could get, if you're looking with your eyes to the left, sometimes your drop, you might drift that way, instead of being straight back, and sometimes you might drift the other way. So it's reps. I always say quarterbacks, you need as many reps as you can. Game reps, practice reps. Yep. Yeah, keep going. All right, unit, let's do it.
All right, we'll take a break here. You're listening to ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and the Hit That Line Now app. Matt is live from the Region 2 Substance Misuse Prevention Conference in Harrison, 303 North Main Street at the Signature Tower there in Harrison. Make sure you go by and see him today. He's still there till 2 p.m. We've got the Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us the rest of the way on the Golden Hour. Stay with us. You're listening to Halftime.
We got
I think it's your girlfriend called.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee. ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
ESPN Arkansas is live on location here at Hardee's, and we bring you breaking news. Today, as of now, July 29th in the year of our Lord, 2025, all 6 qualifiers that have walked through this door today have completed the challenge and have qualified for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. Look, we can't let the streak die. Stop by Hardee's today, 1820 Phoenix Avenue here in Fort Smith, and earn your spot in the qualifiers in the big contest for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. We're here at Hardee's today where you can win a chance to earn the football trip of a lifetime. All you have to do is stop by and finish this Monster Burger in under 150 seconds. We had Tyler, we had Hayden, we had Justin, we had Cameron, we had Rowdy and Jason all stopped by today, all before 12:30, and all of them completed the Monster Burger Challenge. You could be next. Stop by, earn a football trip of a lifetime, spin the wheel, and win great prizes. It's Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and hitthatline.com.
On second down, the give is to Felix Jones on an end around. Jones to the 30 to 40. Jones in midfield. He may go. 25 to 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Felix Jones goes 72 yards. The Razorbacks increase their lead.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
When she wrecked your heart, we were there to pick up the pieces with you. Now that you've wrecked your car, we can help with that too. Dog bite? Slip and fall? Car crash? Call Jackie Mock. 15 years in the insurance industry taught me the tricks to get you paid. Call for your wreck check today. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice. A wreck check sounds nice.
Looking for quality metal buildings and roofing? Metal Mark has you covered. From prefabricated metal buildings to custom trim, carports, and more, Metal Mark is your one-stop shop. Contractors and do-it-yourselfers are always welcome, and their experts will help you calculate the materials you need, all at a price you can afford. With locations in Fort Smith, Little Rock, and Jonesboro, or visit metalmarks.com. Metal Mark, the right material for the right price.
Hi, this is Pruitt Tollett with WT Equipment. When it's hay season, you need equipment that works as hard as you do. Premier Forge tools, from mowers to balers, are built tough to perform in the field, backed by support you can count on. At WT Equipment, we help you get the right Premier tools to keep them running strong. Come by and see us at our 8 locations or visit us online, WTEquip.com. Premier, because your hay doesn't wait.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Mix and match your favorite flavors like buttermilk ranch, honey mustard, and spicy. Endless combinations start with 2 warm tortillas, each filled with 100% white meat, juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside, hand-breaded chicken tenders. Any 2 wraps, now just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. These items only. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Visit restaurant for details.
Bow hunters, it's time to get ready for bow season, and Jelco Outdoors has the best selection of Matthews, Elite, Hoyt, and Bowtech compound bows for you. Huge selection of arrows, back targets, sights, and releases to help you get dialed in. Need to replace strings and cables? We are ready with gas bowstrings in stock with quick turnaround to get you ready. Jelco Outdoors, your premier archery shop in the River Valley, your store for work and the great outdoors. Shop Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Still don't know what I was waiting for, and my time was running wild, a million dead-end streets, and every time I thought I got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face me. I've never caught a glimpse of how the others must see the faker. I'm much too fast to take that test. Change it.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right. Beautiful Tuesday, July 29th. Christian Johnston on the board. Hall of Famer Clay Henry with us as well. And Phil Elson, hardest working man in sports. He is on probably one of the coolest vacays right there, going out west like Tom Waits tells you to do. I don't know how good he looks without a shirt on, but him, his pops, and his son on a rafting trip in the Grand Canyon. I mean, bucket list type stuff right there. How cool is that? Phil should be back tomorrow with us.
I got tickled listening to Phil tell about when this all kind of transpired. He asked his son, "Would you like to go?" I don't think he believed him. I don't think. I think he thought it was your dad. Don't be pulling my leg.
Don't be tricking me. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be tricking me. I mean, yeah, we're going to go. And Grandpa's going to go with us. And I think that's when he started. Is like, Grandpa's going to go too. Well, this might be something pretty epic. Grandpa's coming too, and I think it is. I can't wait to hear the stories.
That's what I was just about to say. I'm excited to hear the stories.
I might have to write a column about it.
Yeah, man, that's a couple generations
Pictures?
right there. Anytime as a boy, I always looked up to my dad, and I think most sons do. They always admire their fathers and look up to them. And well, I say, if you're lucky, I'm blessed.
I was
in
lucky.
Thinking that's I just think it was normal to me. Had parents that looked after us.
It was like when I was 14, 15, my dad was like, what do you got going this weekend, son? I was like, well, I'm just going to be around the house, I guess. He goes, well, why don't you go on the Arkansas Gazette plane with me, and we'll go into Waco. You can help out in the press box. And I just like, huh? I mean, I told my buddies that's what I was going to do. They're like, you're not doing that. Yeah, I am. That's the kind of stuff I got to do. I mean, you take it for granted after a while.
Same conversation you had with your pops that Pops had with me about, You're not getting on a motorcycle. You're not getting on a moped. You're not riding one of those things. That's not how it's going to work. And every year it never fails. If there are kids that do that on your football team, somebody's going to get into some type of accident. And hey, they don't mean to. It's not like they're going out, they mean to. It's just the nature of the beast. It's not if you get into an accident, it's when you get into an accident.
Nellie Davis got in a golf cart accident.
Oh,
that's how he hurt his hand. Yeah,
you got to have if the kids are gonna golf, you just got to give them a driver. You got to have somebody out there driving them and let them ride past.
Seatbelt in a golf cart. Yeah. Hey, I would not ride in the cart with Ty Richardson driving. I just wouldn't. I don't trust him. I think there's going to be – we're going in the creek. We're going in the lake. He's going to hit the gas when he should have hit the brake. Something bad's going to happen. And, I mean, it's just like and you're going to get wet. You're going to get muddy. And the cart's going to be stuck and your clubs are going to be out there. I just know that would happen, so I'm not riding in the cart with him.
It's a good thing that glass pops out, because whenever they stop and then you go head first, at least the plexiglass will go with you. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ty. You're probably a safe cart driver. But I'm still not riding with you.
Well, Clay, since we got you here for a couple more minutes today, just want to kind of get your thoughts. I guess the next time we talk to you, camp will be under session. It'll be a couple weeks till we talk to you.
No, I'll talk tomorrow. I guess I'm on tomorrow with you.
Oh, we're on tomorrow. See, there we go.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's a Tuesday field Friday right now.
Yeah, and then Thursday,
so we'll get to talk a little bit tomorrow.
Thursday, I'm doing the Hall of Fame luncheon, Sports Writers and Sportscasters Hall of Fame. Kermit Womack, radio guy from Rogers and Russellville, and he's the sportscaster going in, and the sports writers, Leland Barclay from Fort Smith, just a fixture in the River Valley. I'm sure that Leland interviewed you growing up, Matt, and he's the expert on high school football, and then we've got special recognition for Jim Borden, who's like the film archivist for the Razorbacks. He's got all the old tapes archived. We're doing special recognition, the Mike Harrison Award for him. That'll be Thursday at the At Home Hotel in Springdale, across from the Springdale Convention Center. And so I'm looking forward to that this week. But I'll be with you guys tomorrow.
Clay, I love it. Like I said, it was a Tuesday field Friday. It seemed like a little Friday feel to it. So we'll
it did.
We'll do it. We'll do it again.
You're on
tomorrow.
a road trip. You're on. A road
It's
trip.
right. It's vacation rules, holiday hours, whatever you want to say. And one thing too, tomorrow, and I know since Phil gets back, I do want to get into this MLB trade deadline, 6 p.m. Eastern on July 31st. So there'll be a frenzy. Yeah, there'll be a couple moves made. Does Andrew Benintendi get shifted to a team? I don't think Paul Skeens is going to go, but kind of there'll be a couple guys that'll be on the move to try to make one of these teams a postseason's chances a little better.
Well, thank y'all for having me today, Matt. I've enjoyed it.
Always, Clay. We always have a good time, and good luck with is it the anti-dentite? So good luck with your dentist. It's a Seinfeld
just get my
reference.
teeth cleaned. It's okay.
There we go.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Clay. Thanks, buddy.
All right,
we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Christian.
That's the Hall of Famer Clay Henry joining us a little bit. Always enjoy chatting with him and hearing his perspective. Been around for a while. He's seen a lot. His recall, Christian. He's
wealth of
pretty,
knowledge, man.
Yeah, you say something and his recall is pretty sharp. So that's good. We'll get him tomorrow. Unit, anything on your mind right now?
Man, I was just I know we talked about Ryan Sandberg a little bit in the first hour.
You want to play that bit again?
Yeah. Let's give another tribute to Rhino.
I'm good. We go to the bottom of the step. Cardinals now leading 11 tonight. Here comes Sandberg. Stretch the pitch. Stretch the pitch.
The reason I am here, they tell me, is that I played the game a certain way. That I played the game the way it was supposed to be played. I don't know about that, but I do know this. I had too much respect for the game to play it any other way. And if there is a single reason I am here today, it is because of one word: respect.
We are just learning that the great Cub, Ryne Sandberg, has passed away. A long battle with cancer for the last few years. Hall of Famer in 2005. Ryne Sandberg has lost his battle with cancer and passed away with great sadness. And not just the Cubs organization, for baseball in general.
Yeah, if you haven't heard, number 23, Ryne Sandberg, our one and only Christian Ryne Johnston.
It's a little closer to home than normal. Just I didn't grow up watching him, but I was named after the guy, so I mean, it just kind of hits a little closer to home, I guess.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, dude was a stud, and whenever 65, that's pretty. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 65, but 65 still pretty young, it seems like. And Sandberg was a one of a kind and in a different era. Had two. Go ahead.
I kind of lump him and Ron Santo in that same kind of mold. I know Santo was a third baseman, and I think he passed away before he got inducted into the Hall of Fame. But yeah, two Cubs legends, and they're both passed away. And I actually got to meet Ron Santo at a game. He was like on the concourse. He was just kind of strolling along in his wheelchair, and got a picture with him, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, Ryne Sandberg passes away yesterday. 65, man. When I see that, I mean that's still pretty young, isn't it?
Man, I'm 42, and I act like I'm 17, but I think I'm closing in on 88. So I don't have much time left. So every day I'm very thankful, and it is a blessing to be here, be upright, still be able to be halfway agile and move around. Yeah, every day is a blessing, and you won't forget Ryne Sandberg. And the thing that it kind of, when you hear your peers talk about you, and you hear some of the peers talk about him, and a heck of a player he was, but one of the things that I've noticed is everybody talks about how he was a better person, a better human than he was a baseball player, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
let's do your thing, Unit. If you got an ad, and then we'll go to a break, and then you and myself we'll have some fun the last 30 minutes.
All right, stay tuned with me and Matt Jones. We got about 30 minutes left here on Halftime, and we'll bring you the last two segments here in just a moment after the break.
Hasta la vista, baby. This is Halftime.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety.
We'll have to
require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance, and Zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together, and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form, and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-2085. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-2085. That's 800-555-2085. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-555-2085.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Get things done.
Things don't really change. I'm standing in the way.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend, Matt Jones.
Getting going a little bit, a couple segments left here on Halftime. Unit, football is in the air. It's right here. It's almost Christmas morning, and we're just each day getting a little bit closer, kind of get the juices pumping a little bit, the blood's boiling. You're ready to go, ready to get into camp, check in, get your lanyards, get your playbooks, get your itinerary. They used to do a hard copy of all that stuff. I wonder if everything's on your cell phone now, if you're all connected in a certain way that's a little different. But yeah, you got some sound from the head ball coach, man. Let's hear a little bit as we're getting going.
All right.
I like our levels of leadership on defense. You know, I think you sit there and you have a leader at D-line in Cam Ball. You have a leader at linebacker and Xavier Sawyer. You have a leader in the back end and Larry Worth. I think there's a lot of value into that. We're a big team. I believe we're in the best shape we've been in a long time at corner. And in the back end, we needed to get better there, and I think we certainly have. I like our linebacker group. So that would be right off the bat on defense.
Talked a lot about the offense. Now we're hearing a little bit from Sam on the defense. You know, the defense is really important because if your offense isn't clicking, your defense has got to keep you in it. And that was the story a lot last year when the offense wasn't clicking. The defense really stepped up and kept the game close, didn't they, Matt?
Well, they do, and the thing about it is when you can get a lead on somebody, you can almost make the other team's offense predictable a little bit. Teams start to press, and that's one of the things that I like about a Travis Williams defense is it's a bend, don't break, and teams do this to us too. We struggled on offense when we would get on the other side of the 50, and you know the plus 40, and then all of a sudden it'd be 2nd and 2, and then we'd try a play action pass or we'd try something and get blitzed, and then all of a sudden it's 3rd and 14. You're out of field goal range. You're kind of in no man's land. What are we going to do? Is it 4 down territory? Now we don't do it. Now we're punting. So we kind of messed up. We did that a handful of times this year, and that's what all the D coordinators do. It's we all have tendencies. We all need to self-scout. And so it's, do they bring the blitz at the 15? Do they bring the blitz at the 30? Where do they like to tend to bring that blitz to kind of mess them up? And that's what T. will do. He'll bring it when they get on the other side of that 50. You don't know if it's on 1st down or 2nd down or where it is, but then what it does is it puts that other team, it puts them under a little bit of pressure.
You know, and we hear so many times like how the defensive line can really help kind of hide some of the issues you have in the secondary, and it works both ways. You know, if we don't have an outstanding D line, but our secondary is much improved, we may be kind of more reliant on the secondary this year making plays, because Sam Pittman said, look, they're bigger, faster, taller, and I mean that will remain to be seen, but you know, hopefully we can get both. Hopefully we can get a little bit of pressure too, because you got to do it in this league with the talent that you're going to face.
You know, there's a couple rules that you have in defense, and one rule is can you hold your opponent under 17 points? And that's something that as an offense, if your defense can hold them under 17, that doesn't mean you can give up a punt return or a kick return, or they block a field goal and run it in, or you throw a pick six. I'm not talking about that. That's not the defense's fault. But if you can, as a defense, you can be right around that 17 number, then it gives your offense a chance. And then you have belief. When you know that, hey, our defense is really putting it in gear and they're getting a couple stops for us, it kind of gives you a little bit more belief. It's contagious, and then you want to go out there and make a play and help your teammates.
Yeah, and Travis Williams has really made a name for himself. It's hard for me to believe that the defense isn't going to be good, because they've been pretty good. I mean, I think every year he's been here, the defense has been solid, and I don't expect that to change this year. I know there's not a lot of huge name, like Sam Pittman even said it. Just because you don't know the guy's name doesn't mean he's not good enough to be out there, and he's you know not good at. He's going to make impact plays. That's to me what it excites me going into this season, because I don't know a lot about these guys, but hopefully I'm going to learn about them pretty quick. Hopefully they're going to make some plays and make me remember their name and hope they have a good year this season, Matt.
No, I'm with you. I'm 31 new portal guys, 19 new freshmen coming in. That's That's 50. Not a great mathematician, but that's 50. So that's a lot of turnover. There's a lot of new faces. Coaches are still learning what these kids can do. I wouldn't be surprised if that first week of camp, first 2 weeks of I guess fall camp, if you want to call it, that they tackle a little bit. I know you're gonna you play Alabama A&M. But the starters won't be out there the whole game, and then you'll play Arkansas State, and then man, you're right in the fire. You're going to go to Oxford and play an Ole Miss team that has spent a lot of money. The team that they thought they underachieved. They had that letdown game last year against Kentucky, or they would have made the playoff 12.
Yeah.
So it's a team I think that's going to be striving to make that playoff 12. They're going to learn from that mistake, and I think you're going to get Ole Miss's best when you go up there week 3. You got any other sound?
Yeah, for sure. And, we do have some other sound from Sam Pittman here. He's talked about portal and NIL. He's kind of given his opinion about that. And there was an executive order recently, and Pittman gave his opinion on the executive order.
From what I'm understanding, they're trying to get it to where all states have the same abilities, whether it be an NIL or whether it be high school. I think, where guys are able to pay high school players, our state certainly is as well. I think they're trying to get it all even, Stephen, where possibly the high school players would not be able to get paid until they certainly enroll and are on your campus. I think that's the biggest part possibly of that.
And Matt, that kind of brings up a good point. We think about, just taking players from other colleges, but, these guys are probably getting offered a bunch of money in high school to kind of push the, their school on that student. And, I don't know how you can really make that level. I don't think it's ever going to be level, just based on the amount of money some of these schools have with third-party NIL deals and stuff like that.
The rules, and I was talking with Tommy about this yesterday at dinner, and the rules are a little different from each state, even to the point that you're talking about, that if you live in the state of Missouri and you're a high school athlete and you commit to a Missouri school, they can start paying you in high school. And if you had a son or a daughter that was a sophomore in high school and that they're a Division I athlete and what school they were, why wouldn't you move to that state to where they could start? Because the amount of money they're making is, some of it's tax free. It's ridiculous amount of money that these kids are getting. It's a great time to be a college athlete. We'll just say that.
For sure. All right, we'll take a break here, and we've got one more segment coming up on halftime. Matt is live from the Region 2 Misuse Prevention Conference in Harrison, 303 North Main Street at Signature Tower. We'll take you till 2 p.m., and then we'll have Ruskin and Zach after. Make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to the Hit That Line podcast network as well. It's been a fun show. We'll wrap it up here in just a minute.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
This is halftime.
ESPN 95.3 is live on location.
ESPN Arkansas is live on location here at Hardee's, and we bring you breaking news. Today, as of now, July 29th in the year of our Lord, 2025, all 6 qualifiers that have walked through this door today have completed the challenge and have qualified for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. Look, we can't let the streak die. Stop by Hardee's today, 1820 Phoenix Avenue here in Fort Smith, and earn your spot in the qualifiers in the big contest for the 20th annual Monster Burger Eating Contest. We're here at Hardee's today where you can win a chance to earn the football trip of a lifetime. All you have to do is stop by and finish this Monster Burger in under 150 seconds. We had Tyler, we had Hayden, we had Justin, we had Cameron, we had Rowdy and Jason all stopped by today, all before 12:30, and all of them completed the Monster Burger Challenge. You could be next. Stop by, earn a football trip of a lifetime, spin the wheel, and win great prizes. It's Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and hitthatline.com.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the relief hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric, starting 40, 45 hours a week, anywhere from $20 to $28 an hour, depending on the experience.
Yeah, that's all correct. We offer competitive pay. We have 6 paid major holidays. I'm working on some other benefits to go with those for my current employees and future employees. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, back halftime, wrapping halftime up this wonderful Tuesday. We Christian Johnston on the board as he has been all day. Tommy Kraft back with us today, and we're joined with Chloe and Bailey to talk a little bit about what's going on down here. And how's your afternoon going, ladies?
Mine's good. How about you?
I can't complain. Got a nice air conditioned unit, so we got it going on, and I got to work with Boss Man today, so it's good.
That's the bad part. We're talking golf during the break.
Yeah,
Chloe's golfer.
Number one. I like it.
Where do you go to school?
Jasper.
All right. So
not that good, but
beautiful part of the world. So where do you drive to? I don't think there's a course in Jasper. I'm pretty certain on that.
No,
so.
we go to Diamond City.
Okay, all right. So, well, tell us what's happened here today. We were talking earlier about these prevention programs with NAFI and how they're really trying to create positive peer pressure within the schools.
Bailey's been going around our school and trying to show kids that if they are struggling with addiction, that they're not alone, and that there's always going to be an area you can go to if you need help. And we're trying to show that drugs aren't just a cool hobby to do, and that kids really need to understand the impact that they have.
That's cool. What all kind of tools are they teaching you? Because at an age of like 12, 15, kids are looking for acceptance. They're looking for love. And sometimes maybe they don't have a mom and dad to kind of show them the right way. And so they need one of their fellow classmates to kind of point them in the right direction. What are kind of some tips and tools of the trade that they've been teaching you?
There's always like reaching out to each other.
Like open communication.
Yes, that's the major one. We have to talk to each other or you're just not going to go anywhere. There's always there's counselors there for you.
To know you're not alone.
Yes,
it's like,
that's
I got
the
you
major
back.
one. You don't. Everyone needs to know that you have someone to lean on.
And sometimes they maybe don't want to ask for help until somebody like you or somebody else comes and says something to them and kind of shows them that, hey, I love you. We're in this together.
There's a huge stigma about it that you're just a failure and all that. But it's really important to realize that if you stop now, then you're going to have a way better life than if you just keep going on it. And it's going to be harder to quit.
Amen.
Yeah, it never gets better at the end by staying down that path, right?
Yeah.
So you got to start. So have they taught maybe some things you can take back that you see signs in some of your peers and some of your teammates on the golf team? Maybe some things that, hey, that doesn't seem right, and maybe you initiate the conversation.
Yeah, there's always, but you don't really want to crowd them. I feel it's more like just know that they can go to you. I will admit I'm not the best at talking to others about things like that, but I always try to make sure that I am a open area that they can go to.
It's so important to build trust with people that they feel like, hey, if I talk to this person about it, it's not going to end a relationship, or they're not going to end up pushing me away and things get worse. I mean, that's always I think the fear when you try to reach in and help somebody on a situation like that. Yeah,
that is a big one, because then you seem like you're a snitch or things like that.
It's true though at that age. You're right. Yeah.
That's tough.
But you need to, lots of people just need to get over the fear of getting better, because that's a lot of the thing. They want to be staying in that constant steady, they're decent now even if it is hard, but they're too scared to take that leap because they might go all the way back again.
I gotta ask you, you're a golfer. Happy Gilmore too? Into it? Not into it?
I didn't even watch the first one.
Oh, okay. Well, check it out.
Probably too young to. You should have to go. That was probably done, but certainly done before she's born.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Are you a Razorback fan?
Yes.
Okay. So you are football. How do you think they're gonna be this year?
I've only went to one football game.
Okay.
I'm more softball, baseball.
Love their softball program up there. Which one wins one first, softball or baseball, wins the national championship? Because they're both kind of.
I don't know.
Bree Ellis,
yeah,
you a
she's really
fan
good.
of? Oh, Bree's so good. Yeah, that's cool.
You play softball too, I guess. Yeah. So I mean, it's. I think it's fun because it gives you something to aspire to. You watch that. Softball. The volleyball program's gotten better. You play volleyball?
No, we don't have it at our school.
Don't have volleyball, so it's we can get the women's basketball program at Arkansas tuned up.
They might need a little help. Yeah,
that's got to get, because they play. I guarantee you they play some basketball in Jasper.
Oh, they do.
Well,
yeah,
they're hardcore about it down in mountain ball. So, you got Valley and you got Bergman here. That you talk about a rivalry. Who's Jasper's big rivalry?
I don't know. Probably Omaha, maybe.
Okay, all right, just north of Harrison a little bit.
Yeah.
Kingston,
Yeah.
be another one. All right. So, when you hitting the links again?
I've only went to the links once, but probably sometime this week with my brother. So.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, Chloe.
No problem.
Hey, good luck too. That was you did awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Great job. Great job, Chloe. So.
Well, Tommy, that was fun.
Well, I'm glad I could carry you here for another show.
That was Christian. Hey, good work back there in the studio, and I should be back there with you tomorrow. Tommy, safe travels, man, going back. And, man, everybody listening out there, thank you. We do this show for you guys. Clay Henry, Grant Hall, everybody. Y'all take it easy. Please drink some water, stay hydrated, and we'll see you around.
You will never find a boring